Hello, my name is Sophia Ko. I'm a licensed clinical mental health counselor in the state of Washington and an expressive arts therapist and somatic therapist. And I'm also the creator of the mental health starter kit, as well as the how-to guide, which is one of the three guides you get when you sign up for the toolkit. So I just want to give a short little intro to why I created this kit, and who it's for. So before I even started grad school, I myself had a really amazing transformative experience with attending counseling. But then when I would speak with other friends, people I would meet about their experiences in care, I'd often hear that it was really rare to find someone who was a great fit. Now, this puzzled me. I didn't really understand it, but I kind of put that away in the back of my mind. Fast forward, I've finished grad school, I've started my own private practice, and in my conversations with potential clients during consultations, I start to kind of piece together why it's hard to find someone who's a good fit when you're searching for a therapist. And I think one of the reasons that it's so challenging is that this work is super personal. Yes, it matters what kind of training a person has and whether that training is comprehensive, whether they're very skilled. But at the heart of it, and this is what research actually shows, there's a New York Times article about it that I'll link to. We can't really tell why therapy is helpful. Um, We've evaluated it, we've studied all these different factors, and what we know is the one thing we can say for sure is if you feel connected to your therapist or you have therapeutic alignment, um, then you might have a positive outcome in care. But beyond that, we can't really say much. And so, cut back to I'm in my consultations with potential clients, and I start to kind of piece together and figure out that there's a couple different factors that on a consistent basis help me determine who is and isn't a good fit for care with me. And that was where the how-to guide was born, what it was born out of. So the two main things I'll just kind of briefly shout out is number one, the most important factor in determining fit that I've found consistently over time is directiveness or how the therapist guides a session. So that means whether the therapist shows up with a lot of guidance and structure or very little guidance and structure. Number two is going to be approach. That's another factor that can determine fit. So, is your therapist focusing on the past of your experiences? Is your therapist focusing on the future? Are they solving problems? Are they helping you process? Are they being a really wonderful listening ear? Maybe you need a combo of those. And what I found is if those two things, approach and directiveness, if you can find relative alignment between yourself and your therapist, then you might have a really great relationship together. There's two other factors that kind of also support a good alignment. One is, structure. So are you doing virtual or in person? As well as like, are they 60-minute sessions, 50-minute sessions, 90-minute, etc. And then lastly is fees, right? So if you can't afford your therapist, then you're going to be stressed having to go to care. If you are wanting care that's more specific, like you're wanting a somatic or expressive therapist, which is what I am, then you might need to find a therapist that is out of pocket. And in that case, maybe you have the resources or maybe you don't, right? So there's these elements, the four, right, that contribute to whether or not you're going to have a great time in care. And the trick is that most clients searching for a therapist don't know about these four things. So my hope is that you download this guide, you share it with other people, share the link below for them to download their free kit as well, and that you dive into some of the exercises and get a better sense of what you're needing so that next time you reach out for care, it isn't a waste of your time. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks so much for being here.